Romney? Name and address. Thanks, Romney.
Romney Bain, 732 South Logan Street. And I was at the last meeting, and we were supposed to keep everything to things that had to do with Idaho transportation. And I just really feel like that's a very limited avenue to give to oppose this, because it really doesn't give the citizens much to stand on, because you know that the transportation department will go and figure out what they think about the roads, and they'll buy whatever Exxon is saying, which I heard a lot of mistrust in that other meeting, which might have been taken for questions, but I felt it as a general overall feeling of a lot of mistrust. And I felt really frustrated that the city council then went in and thought it was a good idea and passed that thing that said that they want the megaloads, when practically everyone at that other meeting either was doubtful, mistrustful, or absolutely opposed. So I don't really feel like there's really a lot to stand on to oppose this, and there's so many reasons to, and there's so many reasons to feel connected to the town in the way that huge trucks coming through in the middle of the night will never care about how betrayed we feel about, you know, feeling like we have to be complicit in something just because we have a road that looks like a nice piece of road for them to come through. I would feel really betrayed and powerless, and it's very frustrating.
Thank you. Okay. Now, I think I've gone through, but I'm going to ask, does anybody else, okay, want to testify? Go ahead.
I would like to, yes.
Come on up. Name and address, please. Thank you.
I'm Greg Mack, 104 South Main, here in Moscow.
M-A-C-K?
Yep.
Thanks.
And I'd just like to point out that once again, Exxon has posted record profits again. And Moscow, as we all know, is a pedestrian city, very small pedestrian city. And if we allow these megaloads to come through, to me that would be akin to encouraging Moscow citizens to stop walking and start driving Humvees, all of us. And what would that do to Moscow? So I think, you know, rather than paying for the damage they're going to do to the infrastructure here, we could spend that money to build a pedestrian bridge on the north entrance and the south entrance to town. And that way, we could have normal traffic coming through, and these monstrous, destructive things would not be able to come through. That's all I've got to say.
Yes! 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 Great idea. 14 feet tall.
Anybody else?
Build them.
Anybody else want to testify? Yeah, Mary Jo?
Brilliant. Brilliant. Start construction tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Mary Jo Hamilton, and my address is 1102 Orchard in Moscow. I have 3 points. I'll try to be quick. First of all, I really appreciate you being able to allow me to say I'm very opposed to the tar sands project for all the reasons that everyone else has spoken to. And I feel very strongly that I don't want my city of Moscow and my city council to appear complicit to this environmental disaster. So I feel very strongly that Moscow should not allow the big loads to go through because it looks like we're complicit in this. Second, I guess I'm here representing mostly myself, but I'm also a member of the Moscow Tree Commission. And there are some consequences to trees in Moscow. I understand. However, Exxon or anyone else, no one has filed any kind of plan or as to what that damage to muscle trees might be, or what their plan is to mitigate the damage. And it seems to me that if they're trying to be good citizens and do this in a way that does the least damage to Moscow, they should have submitted their plans to the tree commission. We have not heard anything. Third, I am really appalled at the arrogance of Exxon and all the other companies that are working with them, that they got this machinery built in Korea, shipped it across the ocean, brought it up the river to Lewiston, and made plans to put this through either on Highway 12 or through Moscow on I-95 without ever getting their permits in place beforehand. What kind of assurances did they have that they were going to be able to get these permits? How could they have done all this without an assurance that they had permits? I really want to know where they got this idea, and just the arrogance that they're doing this. And also, as far as I can tell from the other meetings I've attended, there are no consequences. If in fact what they say they're going to do and the assurances they've given us don't work out, if they take down a wire at the hospital and
30 seconds.
power that, it seems to me there are no consequences, that they have no fines, no restrictions on them. I feel that this is very poorly thought out and not something we should be interested in.
Thank you, Mary Jo. There was another hand I saw. Let's go you in the back, yes. Again, start with your name and address.
717 East First Street. Just a quick comment. First of all, I think it's real whimsy to think that if Moscow says no to Exxon, that's going to be the end of this, because Exxon, being who they are, is going to find another way to do it. So that's nothing dramatic. The dramatic thing would be us saying no and saying we are a sustainable community. That's what we say. Let's show our children and our grandchildren and the students here that we truly believe what we say. The other question I would ask you is, what is the advantage to Moscow to have Exxon come through? Thank you.
Up here. Yeah, Marshall.
My name is Marcia Scheffler, and I live at 609 North Longman in Moscow.
Marshall, you want to spell your last name for Gail?
SCHOEFFLER. I just wanted to register my voice of opposition as well. I was interested to read in the Daily News today a letter from Eric Jensen commenting about the road deterioration on Highway 12 going up along the Locksaw from Lowell on up. And there's no way he can know for sure whether it's due to the Megaload traffic, but it certainly makes you wonder. And I feel like Exxon is simply the bully. It's too big for us to say no to. And I feel like that we're just being bullied by a very large corporation, and that they have found alternatives for this transportation, when at the beginning of this they have said they could not have any other alternative but Highway 12. They could not cut them down, and in fact we have seen that they have been cutting them down, and they have been finding alternatives, and there's now a bid to go up through the central part of the United States as an alternative by a shipping company. So I don't feel like we're saying no to progress or business. Just because there's a road doesn't mean that there's something that's gargantuan should be allowed to pass on it. Size matters, and this is too big. And it seems simple to me that they could have constructed this equipment on site. Why are they spreading this distress through all of our communities? So I just call upon all of you to continue to stay strong and raise your voices in protest. And if we can't stop them, we're sure to slow them down. And we've stopped some of it already, at least from going where they intentionally at first wanted to. So keep up the fight. Thank you.
My name is Vince Murray. I live at 717 East First Street here in Moscow. I think we all wish in this room that global warming wasn't an issue and that didn't concern us. I think we all wish that we could trust ITD and Exxon when they say they hire the best engineers in the world, even though those engineers apparently have difficult time using a ruler to measure the distance between the roadbed and overhead power lines in Highway 12. I wish a lot of things. I wish perhaps this wasn't coming through Moscow at all, and we didn't have to take a stand. But it is coming through Moscow, and I think as a sustainable community, and as a commission that deals with sustainability, it's incumbent upon us, and it's incumbent upon you guys, to take a stand against this.
Anyone else who didn't sign up originally or who had a question mark and now decided they want to testify? Oh, you've already spoken to 3 minutes. So. Anyone else? Last call. Okay. If not, I want to thank you all for being here. Again, our plan is to get copies of the minutes of the meeting and forward those on to City Council, but also share it among ourselves, along with the testimony that's been submitted in writing, in email. And at our July meeting, we plan on spending the meeting discussing what we've all read between now and then, and making a decision about what we're going to do with all this information and what we're going to put forth to City Council. So once again, I thank you all for coming.
Will the commission be accepting additional testimony between now and July?
No, we're not, because we just sort of it would come in ad infinitum, and we never have an end to it. So we decided we wanted to get it all in by this time, either in writing or in person. So thank you again for coming. Talk to me afterwards. Thank you.